Hello grade 5. I am going to show you how we're going to use SmartMusic to do our home practicing and to submit our recording, okay? So the first thing you want to do is make sure that you've installed SmartMusic. And this video is for SmartMusic Classic, which we are currently using at our school. So when you open up SmartMusic Classic, this is what you're going to get. Remember, it's an application, it's not a web page, okay? So when you open up your application, you get to this, and now you want to log in. And this can be a little bit slow. Sometimes it takes a while to log in. This is the screen or something similar that you are going to see when you log in, okay? So I want to go down, and you see down at the bottom of the screen here, maybe you have to scroll a little bit. It's got your classes, and you want to click on your class. Of course, it only has your classes if you actually followed the instruction video on setting this up. But assuming you did that, it has your classes. Click on your class. Now it's going to show you a few things. In this area here, it shows you your assignments, and it shows you when they are due. In this section here, it will show if you have any practice reports. Currently, there's no practice reports. There may be at a future. This is where you are going to get the feedback from me. So after you submit an assignment, I'll mark it, I'm going to listen to it, I'm going to leave some feedback, and then it's going to show up in this box here, okay? Over here is our method book that we use in class, and then you can play anything you want out of it when you get home. And sometimes I may put in something, a recommendation that you could work on, okay? So I see I have something, an assignment, I click on it. And again, this may take a little bit of time. When this window comes up, what you want to do is read the instructions. So we've got the assignment details, okay? And then it says Ms. Mandy's instructions. Practice this in 2-bar chunks. Once you can do the whole piece, then click submit. And then here is the rubric that you're going to be marked on, and you can see what you're going to be marked on and what you need to achieve in order to get marked, okay? So once you've got that done, then you can click OK. Now, this is what you're going to see. The controls at the top will always be the same. Up here it tells you what instrument you are supposed to be playing. So if it doesn't have the correct instrument, then you might need to change that. This section here tells you the name of the piece. Okay? This green button we're going to use a lot. It's called Start Take, and I'll show you about that in a minute. Here is your tempo section. If when you're practicing it's too fast for you, you need to slow the tempo down. You can do that by clicking and dragging. Note though, see, an alert just came up. The settings have been changed. This assignment cannot be submitted. That's because it's too slow or because of something else. In order to submit the assignment, you have to be able to do it at the settings I originally had for it. So I can click reset and it goes back to the way it's supposed to be. In this next box, the location, okay? This is something that's very useful. When I say break it into chunks, I mean we're going to start at one section or at one place, and we're going to finish at a different place, but we might not be playing the whole piece. So I said play it in 2-bar chunks. So if I start at the beginning, okay, bar 1, beat 1, and then I go to end at bar 2, beat 4. Okay, that's 2-bar chunks. That's what I'm going to be working on. And then here, this is the tracks portion. So in tracks, you have my part, assessment, and accompaniment. What this means is my part is the computer will play what you should be playing. Accompaniment is the computer is playing the backing tracks. See how this yellow one is highlighted? That means it's on. And here, the accompaniment, that's off. Assessment means the computer is going to listen to you and it's going to give you a mark. And you can see how well you're doing. So you should always have assessment on. If you are a brass player, you should always have my part on. If you are a woodwind player, you should have this on to begin with, but you could take it off later. The accompaniment is optional. You can have it on or turn it off. It's your choice. Okay? Finally, over here, we have our sound. So here you can see this bouncing. That's the microphone, okay? And you need to possibly adjust the microphone to pick something up. If it's too high up here, then it's not going to do very well. If it's too low, it's not going to do very well. So we'll just put it somewhere about a third of the way and leave it at that. Now, here's what happens when I click Start Take. Watch the screen. It says get ready. It does a count off. See the green on the screen? It's highlighting what I need to be playing. Okay? Now, the notes have turned up all green. That's because the computer only heard itself. If you use headphones, the computer won't hear itself. Okay, I'm going to practice this now. So I have my flute. I make sure that I'm sitting properly in my chair, both feet flat on the floor, okay? And back off the back of the chair. I press Start Take and get ready. So I see some red on the screen. That's showing me that although I have the correct pitch, because the pitches have lined up, I don't have a steady tempo, or my rhythm is off. Do you see how the notes aren't lining up? So I'm going to try that part again. So I click Start Take again. This time, I've done a better job. I'm going to do that in 2-bar chunks, adjusting my location each time. So now I'm going to start on bar 3, and I'm going to finish at bar 5. Okay, so I did pretty good there. I keep doing that all the way until I get to the end. Once I can play the whole piece, I'll just click this reset button so I can play the whole piece. Now I'm going to show you how you submit. So I click Start Take. Let's see. So my assessment, they said I did 95%. Cool. Now I've got some options. I can listen to it to make sure I like it. I can also send an MP3 of it to iTunes or some other software. So if I've been playing and I get something really good and I want to share it with an aunt or an uncle or grandparents, I can click MP3. But most importantly, I can submit to my teacher with this green submit button. So I click submit. Now I wait. And see, it says down here, I've submitted my assignment. Okay, and feedback, it just says submitted because the teacher hasn't marked it yet. Okay, now I can go into the book and play something, or I could go over to Find Music and I could play something from there. So I know some people like pop songs. I could go into Find Music and I could find something at my level in here. So I could go into solos and flute because that's what I was playing. And I can sort things by instrument, or I can sort things by level. If you're sorting by level, then you actually want to find the ones that are B. Okay, and there's lots that you can go through there. So have fun with it.